Hey, what's up guys? My name is Vish Patel and welcome back to my YouTube channel Financial Wealth. My today's topic is how Biden or Trump presidency would affect your personal finances. I'm sure many of you have already did the voting by mail, some of you still waiting for November 3rd and some of you are still undecided on who to vote. Here I have put together some research for you to help you to understand how presidency can impact your personal finances. Both Democrat and Republican have different agenda when it comes to the personal finances. It is no guarantee that candidate idea and proposal will eventually become a law. But here are things to consider as voters headed to the polls on coming Tuesday on issues like taxes, social securities, student loan and Medicare. Let's understand each of these issues in detail. The first one is the taxes, which is very much important topic before we select our next president. The Trump campaign said it would cut taxes to boost take-home pay and keep jobs in America. Experts believe that the president would try to build on the tax cuts and job acts viewed as a signature legislative achievement during his first term. Trump administration enacted tax law in 2017 and they roughly doubled the standard deduction and limited some itemized deduction among other things. On average, the law cuts taxes for America across all income groups according to a report published by a joint commission on taxation last year. The richest American pocketed most of the benefit. About 76% of the estimated 259 billion in taxpayer total saving in 2019 went to those who making more than $100,000 a year, according to report. However, the bill's tax cut for individuals are temporary. They are set to expire after 2025 and revert back to the prior law, effectively raising the taxes. The Trump administration would likely try to make these cuts permanent. Tax experts said that if Trump government came back in 2020 election, they will try to make this tax cut permanent. Trump administration officially, like economic advisor Larry Kudlow, have also floated one of the idea of tax cut for the middle class. Trump has also proposed cutting tax on capital gain, which is right now is up to 20%. Biden, who was vice president during the Obama administration, has proposed raising taxes for wealthy Americans. Remember that. Biden has proposed that he will raise the taxes on wealthy Americans. He would seek to reduce taxes for lower earned via mechanism like a temporary expansion of the child tax credit. So Biden is trying to give the child tax credit those people who actually have a limited income. The Biden campaign floated a top income tax rate of 39.6%, which is up from 37% for those earning more than $400,000. He would raise their payroll taxes as well. So the people who making more than $400,000 are need to be ready if during the next election Democrat will come, then you will continue paying more money in your taxes. The Biden plan would also limit the value of itemization deduction, charitable donation, medical cost for wealthy household making more than 400,000. So the wealthy household will have a limited deduction if Joe Biden get elected. Biden would also increase taxes on capital gain to 39.6% for those making more than 1 million a year, almost double the rate than the current rate. That is the mega significant. A lot of the ultra high net worth people make a great deal of their income through investment income. The top 20% would be the only group see a tax increase in 2022 according to the Tax Policy Center. Their tax liability would grow by 5% or 14,700 in 2022. Meanwhile, Biden would boost the child tax credit to $3,000 for kids 17 and younger, plus $600 bonus for children under 6 year old. Biden would also make it fully refundable, meaning taxpayer would get a refund even if they owe no taxes. The bottom 20% of earned would see after tax income grow by more than 5% or roughly $750 in 2022. Some observers believe that low and middle income taxpayer could see negative indirect effect from Biden proposal to increase the corporate tax rate via increased prices for the consumer goods and stagnating wages for employee. So this is very important topic. If Biden will increase the taxes for the businesses, then there is possibility that the consumer can see the adverse impact on it. Because what going to happen once the business will get more taxes on their business and a profit, now they will most likely cut down in their hiring, and there is more possibility that they can increase the cost on the goods. That means it will directly impact to the buyer, which is basically us as a consumer. So we are ultimately paying more money when we going out and buy something. So think about it. Okay, the next topic is the social security. Biden plans calls for boosting social security checks for individual in many ways. For example, his proposal would raise monthly payment for seniors who have been receiving benefit for at least 20 years to protect against dependent retirement saving. It would also set a minimum benefit at least 125% of the poverty level for those who have worked at least 30 years. Monthly survivor benefit for widows and widowers would grow by 20%. Biden would also seek to improve Social Security's finances. Earlier this year, Social Security Administration projected the trust fund that help pay benefit would run out in 2035. At this time, around 79% of the promised benefit would be payable, funded exclusively by payroll taxes. The unemployment crisis caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has sped out that timeline by few years, according to some estimates. Biden would impose Social Security payroll taxes on high earned to improve the program's solvency. Currently, workers pay 6.2% from wages, capped at wages up to $137,700. Biden would also apply taxes to earning over $400,000 income people. Trump's campaign agenda says he would protect Social Security. He tweeted messages on support for Social Security on many occasions and said he would save the program. The president signed an executive measures in August creating a Social Security payroll tax holiday between September 1 and December 31st. It is a tax deferral and worker would have to pay the tax back early next year. Businesses had to opt in. It only applied to the worker making less than about $100,000 a year. Trump has also floated the idea if he wins on November 3rd, his plan to forgive these taxes and make permanent cuts to the payroll tax. A permanent payroll tax cut could deplete the Social Security Trust Fund by mid-2023, according to Social Security Chief Actuary. There is a third topic, which is a student loan. So student loan is always a hot topic in between rising cost of education and rising number of unemployment. There are hundreds, thousands of graduate every year not able to find the right job at the right time and not able to make the payment back to their student loan. Biden has proposed forgiving $10,000 in student debt for all borrowers. Maybe is a little good news for a student if Biden come. He would also forgive federal student debt tied to the undergraduate tuition at public colleges and historically black college and universities. That would apply to borrowers earning less than $125,000 a year. Trump has not mentioned sweeping plan for forgiving student loans. He is called for eliminating public services loan forgiveness, which allow certain non not for profit and government employee to have federal student loans cancelled after decades of on time payments. Biden would also keep that program but make changes. Instead, forgiving $10,000 a year of undergraduate or graduate student debt for up to 5 years. The Trump administration has allowed borrowers to pause monthly student loan payment without interest accrual during the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, the fourth topic, Medicare. Trump has taken some steps to ease the cost for Medicare beneficiaries and has proposed some changes to the senior health program. For example, the president has moved to reduce drug costs by lifting GAG orders on pharmaceuticals that prohibited them from telling patients that there was a cheaper option for their prescription. For example, he kept monthly insulin cost effective next year for some Medicare beneficiaries. Trump also wants to send $200 payment card to some individuals on Medicare to help pay for the drugs, he said in the speech last month. The Trump administration is supporting a lawsuit seeking overturn and the Affordable Care Act, the law known as Obamacare, made some changes to Medicare. For example, it added certain free preventive benefit to Medicare and eliminated over several years a spike in out-of-pocket spending on prescription drugs that some beneficiaries faced. Biden has proposed some changes to Medicare program as well. His plan would allow individuals to enroll in Medicare starting at age of 60 instead of age of 65. So right now the current plan allow the people who's a 65 year and older can enroll into the Medicare. But Biden is proposing 5 year early. The program would cover dental, vision and hearing, all of which are currently excluded. Biden also want to reduce the cost of prescription drug for Medicare beneficiaries by, for example, allowing government to negotiate those prices, which is currently prohibited by law. He would prohibit most drug prices from rising faster than inflation. So it seems like many more to digest before the election. Both parties has their own agenda, and based on the available info, you need to decide for the best presidency and you and your upcoming financial for next 4 years. So these are the four important topics where you need to start thinking, and I think majority, if you still waiting on your decision, maybe this is something you can look into this. Another thing is also need to think about the country itself, right? How our country benefit from which party? What is the party's plan, right? To bring the jobs back to the country? How American people get more and more jobs, right? And many other topics too. So that's it. That's it for this video, and I hope you like this information. Make sure to write the comments and in the comment section, and please do not forget to press the like button, and do not forget to subscribe this channel if you are still not a subscriber. Till then, I will see you next time and will bring you more news for your info. Thank you.